Hey guys, I just got through watching the first episode of One Piece live action on Netflix, and I must say I am pleasantly surprised by how good the episode actually turned out to be. When I first saw the first trailers of this show, I get scoffed at it and dismissed it as another bad live action anime remake. But as I saw more and more trailers, I began to change my opinion and I thought that ultimately it will come down to a combination of good and cringe, and hopefully the good outweighs the cringe. And I must say that the good definitely outweighs the cringe. Now there are definitely a lot of cringy moments off in the anime, like for instance, or anime rather. I'm sorry, the live action episode, such as when Luffy uses his uh, devil fruit powers for the first time. The CG looked pretty off-putting there, and having to say the move before he actually does the move actually was kind of weird. But those types of situations were few and far between. In fact, when we later meet Zoro, or rather when Luffy meets up with Zoro, and he does say "gum gum whip" in front of Zoro, Zoro makes fun of him and says no one actually calls out their moves in person or anything like that. And so that was a nice little meta dig from the show about how that happens a lot inside the One Piece anime. And speaking of Roanoke Zoro, I am absolutely enthralled by the live action interpretation of him. When we meet him for the first time after he's uh, uh, met up with the Baroque Works assassin, and he says to them when he turns down wanting to join their group, the Baroque Work assassin says to him that no one turns down an offer from Baroque Works and lives to tell the tale, or something to that effect. Zoro says, "Well, they shouldn't have sent the number seven after me because you're going to need someone better than that." And when he cuts that guy in half, I'm like, "Wow, that they're really going there with the visceral aspect of and the realism of this particular show, which is kind of a real big deviation from the anime. Now, in the anime, they do show some deaths here and there. Obviously, when Ace dies, that they do show that, but right from the jump, when Gold Roger is executed and they show them stabbing those spears into his back, then you know that this is going to be a completely different take on the animation. And I must say that all of it together works. The character dynamics between all of them, between Zoro, uh, Luffy, and Nami, is really well. The actors' portrayals of them are really well. At the beginning, I was kind of standoffish with the accent for Luffy, but actually now it really does work. And the portrayals of Red Hair Shanks, Kobe, Gold Roger, a lot of the pirate crew, Alvita, it all just comes together really well. I love the aesthetic. The entire world feels believable, feels lived in. You get sucked into it. I had a really big smile on my face when I watched the episode, and I am really looking forward to watching the next episodes of One Piece. One of the things I really still don't like about Netflix is that they drop all these episodes all at once, as opposed to doing something weekly where it gives people something to talk about and something to look forward to the next week. But eventually maybe they might move away from that, and well, they are doing some shows where they are moving away from that, but for the time being they still are just dropping all these shows all at once, which I think robs the essence of people being able to talk about these shows and keep it in and keep that anticipation up. But that's just a complaint about Netflix in general. It's not a complaint about the show itself or anything like that. But this episode one, really good, really excellent. Not perfect. Like I said, there's still a lot of cringe there. Still not too down with the CGI or anything like that, but I think all the the portrayals, the live action portrayals of these characters was really good. Really like the music. Really love the aesthetics and the setting. So I'm really looking forward to the next episodes. And I would highly recommend that if you are a fan of One Piece, check this out. If you're not a fan of One Piece, but you love shows about pirates and the pirate life, this is a show for you. If you like really good dramas and set pieces, this is a show for you too. So I highly recommend you check it out. Thank you very much, and you guys have a good day.